if you are...
But that's why I need to be pragmatic as a man, because I'm not meeting virgins. Most women who are available are not virgins.
Right.
And
but if you
I'm
just
not a virgin myself.
Yeah, that's why Christ is so important in all of this, because with Christ you are forgiven. I'm not talking about a born-again virgin. You can't change the biological reality that you are not a virgin. But if you are forgiven in Christ, that's why a lot of Christians, even though they have a history, they have a sexual past, they understand that they are covered in the blood of Christ and they are forgiven and they can start new. They are committed to the man that they marry, and that's why they're dedicated to that marriage and they don't have a divorce. More conservative, the studies show extremely conservative couples have a better sex life. They have a better marriage. They are happier in their relationships.
I think that's a big L for Christian men to just accept a woman who slept with...
But the Christian men also have history sometimes. They also have been sleeping around.
Sure.
So it's on both parts to
this
understand.
idea that you can be born again virgin.
No, I don't believe in born again virginity.
I do believe in it, because I think God...
Are you a born again?
Unfortunately, I did make a couple mistakes, yes. A
Virgin?
couple.
Okay.
Yes.
Spiritually,
I'll admit
you
it.
are forgiven.
When you say a couple, what do we...
no longer a virgin.
Baker's
Sorry?
dozen? We're talking about a baker's dozen?
2.
2?
Yeah.
That's
just 2.
You're 21?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But
just two mistakes.
Yeah, just...
Some people got 30 mistakes in like a freshman semester, freshman
I'm a senior
semester.
in college, so...
Yeah, you see it.
Virginity at 21.
But I do believe that God does
Congrats.
forgive us.
I believe that too.
For everything.
Absolutely.
So
you're
even if we
forgiven.
do make mistakes with
Wait.
sex or whatever it is, all our sins are forgiven.
I mean,
But you have to be repentant too. Like, you can't be like, I'm not saying you're not repentant, but there are some people who say, oh, I'm a born again virgin, but they still brag about their past sex life and they don't make a big deal out of it.
Wait, so you're a born again virgin?
Yes.
So you're waiting until marriage
Yes.
to have sex?
Mm-hmm.
You said you're in a complicated situation with a guy for 5 months.
Yes.
Was he one of your mistakes?
No.
Okay. Is he also a pious, godly man?
I don't know if I should say any information about him.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. We just know
You're
5 million
rededicating
subscribers in
yourself,
Australia. Okay.
Like, you're
Yes.
selling it.
And well said, what you said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
But as far as being biologically a virgin.
A body count of 2 is pretty low, but I mean, I just kind of laugh at this whole like, okay, you've slept with 50 dudes and then I found Christ and now I deserve
I feel
a
like
godly man.
They don't deserve
I feel like
anything.
I think we're all undeserving, but I think God forgives us no matter what. And yeah, we don't deserve it, but he does it anyways.
Sure. I mean,
you shouldn't like say, I'm forgiven now, I demand a virgin after having slept with like 50 people. Like, you don't deserve anything. It depends on the other person if they're okay with that. You know what I mean?
But it's just kind of like I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's like, oh,
Which
okay.
part?
Well, you've given yourself to that many men, you've slept with that many men, and then you're kind of making a sucker of the guy who you're now going to make wait, I think. Because you gave it up to all these men, and then now you're going, oh shit. Yo, Flan Life, thank you for the 50 gifted, man. Appreciate it. Do you want another fit check? Or, I mean, we already did it, just saying. Thank you, man. Really. Oh, wait, that triggers fireworks. Just saying. But, oh, fuck, scuffed. Boom. Okay, fireworks.
Wow.
I don't know. Something about, like, it just rubs me the wrong way.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Tegan.
The sad reality of women who do have high body counts. I've talked to friends who have the experience of, hooking up and having sex with a lot of men. And I've talked to them about it because I know that at the end of the day, it is deeper than just running around. There's something that's deeper than that. And I've talked to friends about it, and some of them have said that they don't have a stable home life. And the reason that they do the things that they do is that they're insecure. And
thank you.
When it comes to I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the reason that they sleep with multiple men is because, this is what I was told, that they don't have any liking for themselves, and they want to feel pretty from a man for 15 minutes.
Sure, they want validation.
Right, and it's like, how can women motivate other women to steer away from that direction and respect themselves, and how can men help other men to understand that we can't be entertaining that. And like, from your perspective, if you are talking to a girl and you realize that she is maybe mentally unstable, like, there's no reason that you should be having sex with her. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's the other side of things as well.
Well, if a girl's mentally unstable, get away from me. But wait, what's the question? I'm confused.
I'm saying that men need to hold men accountable and women need to hold women accountable, in a sense of, when men are talking to women and a man wants to pursue a woman, he has to at least make sure that she's not the type of person who this is going to be affecting her long term. Like, we need to have respect for each other in that sense.
Like sexually or relationship?
Sexually, like, if there's a woman who's hooking up with multiple men, like, if you are that guy, you have to at least look into that. You know what I mean?
I don't think men care, right? Because
Care
just,
about
of
what?
course,
just like you were saying, like, the average man is not even able to get laid, right? So they'll just, like, go for any girl, basically. And also for guys, like, body count is very different, so they can get away with, like, fucking, like, hundreds and thousands of girls. But, like, it's very different for a girl. Like, it matters to a guy a lot, even if he says it doesn't, that she has a low body count.
right.
Well, I think men do have some responsibility in that they ought to be leaders in this. I mean, there's definitely a component of the cat's out of the bag. Like, it is, the current scenario is what it is. I personally don't think that men ought to be promiscuous either. But
I mean, men have to realize that at the end of the day, they're in control.
Wait,
Of
but
what?
what? I
No.
want to hear
Like-
after the but.
I mean, in
What?
a sense of, like, men, like when you talk about how women have sex with men, when women have sex with men, a part of them leaves. When men have sex with women, they feel nothing. So men have to be aware of when they're having sex with a woman that they're taking a part away from them, because that's the way it works.
I don't believe that.
go ahead, Aurora.
You don't?
I was going
no,
to ask that too.
I think that suggests that sex just inherently cheapens women. And
Have you ever heard
Do you-
of the quote that says, that like pretty much like the man is a key and the woman is a lock, and the lock that can be accessed by many keys is useless, or something like that?
I think it goes something along the lines of
You know which one I'm
a
talking
good
about?
key
right?
can open many locks, but a bad lock is opened by every key. Something like that.
I
Yeah.
think
A master key can open many locks, but a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shitty lock.
I think the
I think we're
reason-
fucking up the order a little bit, but yes, generally, yes, I think.
Which came first?
I think it goes like a lock that can be opened by any key is a shitty lock, but a key that can open many locks is a master key.
Yeah.
What I just said,
Something, yeah, but
But
I
the
think you do
problem
the lock first and then the key.
The problem is if men are sleeping with women, they are causing the body count to go up.
Well, I
so
think
they're
both.
causing problems
It's
too.
a mutual.
Yeah.
thing.
It's more of a woman's choice
Of course, yeah.
because women are the gatekeepers of sex,
Mm-hmm.
especially unless we're getting into non-consensual relationships, which I don't think any of us are discussing. It's like if a woman doesn't want to have sex, it doesn't happen. It's not something that men are imposing on women. It's something that women are choosing to do.
Absolutely.
And
You
that's
don't
why the
think-
sexual revolution was so bad, because it told women, go have sex, be loose. You know, Sex in the City was so popular. Even the show Friends was so popular. Just have sex, sleep around. And it told women that made you sexy and desirable and powerful. And that's what opened the gate in society. Women opened the gate. Now they're just having sex. And so they're not gatekeeping their bodies and their wombs anymore, because the sexual revolution told them that was empowering for them. And it's not. Like, it's been horrible. You can see the effects of it now. Like, abortion rates are way up. You know, depression and mental illness in women, like 22% of the population have depression and mental illness problems. Women specifically.
Even traditional women who like live on a farm with like the guy who they lost their virginity to, they have an increase in depressive symptoms as well in modern society. So it's
Yeah,
not
I'm sure
correlated
because
to hookup
society
culture.
itself is just so depressing and degenerate.
Yeah, I know.
Let
I'm
me-
just saying it's not related to
Oh.
body count.
Did you want to
But
come
it
in?
is.
Yeah,
it is,
I'd
though.
like to talk. I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of marriage, and we can get into why that might be in a moment. I like having options. I remember I'm also the child of divorce who is the child of divorce. It's like I like the fact that I don't have to choose among the 4 women who live in my village. I like the idea that just because I had sex when I was 18 because I was a ball of hormones and I just needed to do something, that I didn't have to make a lifelong commitment to the person. I think that optionality is generally a good thing for both men and women because it facilitates getting into relationships where there's actually excellent fit between two people, as opposed to just being limited by what's available. Now, optionality comes with a dark side, but I think that we actually live in a society that has unbelievable opportunity when it comes to entering into relationships these days. Like, more opportunity than there's ever been in the history of the world. Now, when it comes to marriage, it's like, yeah, I've seen up close. My parents' divorce took 3 years. It was really tough. And I work with guys all the time who are going through divorces, and absolutely the liabilities of divorce disproportionately affect men, like without a doubt. But that's kind of the general argument that I hear from guys against marriage. It's just like, it's so risky. But I'm going to give another potential argument, which is, well, what do you get as a man from marriage that you can't get without getting married? Like just a few moments ago, you said you wouldn't risk it for the love of your life. And my rebuttal is, why can't you just love each other without getting married? What does love have to do with marriage?
What are you considering marriage? Paperwork? Like, what do you count as marriage? Because I didn't count my wedding dress or the wedding rings or the ceremony or the government paperwork as marriage.
Well, that's a wedding, yeah. So to me, a marriage is a civil commitment. And personally, I think the reason why marriages fail today is because it's a fundamentally very humble institution. And we've put so much on top of this that it's basically become unsustainable. Mm-hmm. Like, I think at heart, marriage is about creating a context in which to raise children. I think that's it.
Did you mean literally that you have 4 women in a village? Is that what you said?
Well, it's like my grandmother was raised in a village like that in Ukraine, and her husband lived in the village older.
Oh, so they're not like 4 wives. You're not talking about.
No, I'm saying that there's like 4 women that you could potentially choose for a wife, and like, if it's not one of those 4, it's too bad, so sad. But I remember when my grandmother divorced my grandfather in her 60s, she said that's when her life began.